the Cincinnati Bengals needs to find another quarterback. And I don't mean someone who's in free agency, sitting on the couch, or make a deal with another team, which they did on Tuesday. They made a trade for Joe Flacco, and the Bengals will receive a 2026 sixth round pick, and Cleveland will receive a fifth round pick. Cincinnati also needs to find some offensive linemen, some defensive backs, some edge rushers, defensive tackles. Trey Hendrickson made an impact against the Lions, finally, but it's just Trey Hendrickson and that's it. And I think he had a deal to leave, but he didn't take it, or no one else would sign him. So he's probably not happy, I guess. But the Bengals needs to find another quarterback, a franchise quarterback. Joe Burrow is not the guy. He's the guy, but he can't stay healthy, and that's why they need to move on from him. Joe Burrow has suffered knee injuries, PCL tears, MCL tears, ACL tears. He's dislocated his finger. He's had an MCL sprain in his knee, a leg calf strain, and the grade 3 turf toe injury. Now, Cincinnati signing Joe Flacco tells me that they don't really believe in Jake Browning, and Jake is a good backup. He's a good backup that can help a team win 2 or 3 games. He's not a guy that can help carry a team majority of the season or the entire season. He'll make some good throws here and there, and then he'll make some bad throws. So you bring in a guy like Joe Flacco, veteran, I think he's in his 40s, former Super Bowl champion. He didn't look too good in Cleveland. He had some bad throws too. But in fairness to him, bad offensive line. Didn't really do a good job of protecting him. Wide receivers dropping passes. Cleveland is more of a defensive-oriented team. They have a great defense but lack offense. And I think Cleveland just said, you know what, we have Shedeur Sanders, we got the Dylan Gabriel guy. We're going to roll with these young bucks and see what they can do. And then Cincinnati was like, okay, well, since you don't want the old guy, we'll take that guy because we think that he's still serviceable and we still think that he can still play and be good enough until Joe possibly comes back in December. Joe's going to have a much better wide receiving core to work with. He'll still have an offensive line that'll struggle to protect him, but he'll have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and they're probably not happy as well. They're probably complaining about not getting the ball. But Joe Burrow, on the other hand, he just can't stay healthy. They need to start looking for another franchise quarterback. They should have already started looking as soon as Joe went down. When Joe went down, their season went down. And with the way the defense looks and the offense looks, the offensive line, I mean, there's no telling that they would have made the playoffs anyway. And I like Joe Burrow. I do. I like watching him play. I think when he's at the top of his game, he is the best quarterback in the league, which really isn't saying much because quarterback play in general isn't what it used to be. It feels like I'm watching the same thing over and over again with these checkdowns and swing passes and screens and RPOs and slants. These simple out routes. Guys aren't really stretching the field a whole lot, taking chances. Back shoulder throws on the sideline, throwing it between 2 defenders in the middle of the field. Leading receivers to where they can catch the ball and create yak yards. Too afraid to take chances. I'm sure some butthurt fan is going to take that personal.
Actually, the league is the best it's ever been. These quarterbacks are completing 65% of the passes. And
Shut up. Just shut up.
Delete your channel, asshole.
You know, Joe can do those things. He had an MVP season last season, but the defense, unfortunately, was the worst defense in the NFL. The only time they looked legitimate was against the Giants. Of course, you know, the Giants are a get-right team. If you're struggling, play the Giants. They'll help you get back on track. So the Bengals need to start looking for another guy. I don't watch college ball. I don't know who the fuck they should look for and try to go out and get. I hear a lot about this Arch Manning guy in Texas, but apparently he's not playing too well. But they got to start looking. And it's unfortunate that a great talent like Joe Burrow just can't stay on the field. And he'll go down as one of those players that had the talent to be great, but just couldn't stay healthy. Those are my thoughts on the whole Joe Burrow situation and the franchise quarterback situation. Please like and subscribe. That is it. I am out.